We are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network.
And we're a news recap show that's going to be going over a bunch of information that we think you people ought to start looking into. So if you've been following us here on broadcast number 2, we went over the Federal Reserve and how they're destroying the economy, and we gave you a basic intro to eugenics. And really, I'm trying to tie everything in this broadcast together with eugenics. Because, that's a big aspect of the New World Order. Again, the big aspects of the police state, the eugenics, and really population manipulation, controlling the media to control the way we see the world, manipulating reality almost. Those are really the big aspects of the New World Order. And then global domination, but that's the ultimate goal. Just to control everyone and make everyone slaves and have total control. That's what they want. So I have to warn people here, we're entering the Twilight Zone. We're going into a space, into a place beyond time and space, where anything can happen. Yeah, it's totally Twilight Zone, Bizzaro World, what I'm about to say. Al-Queda. The terrorist organization, Al-Queda. The reason that the TSA has to be all over the place groping you and feeling up your daughter and reaching in your wife's blouse and smacking your testicles. The reason that we need the TSA is to stop Al-Queda. We can't let those terrorists get out there and do terrorist stuff, so we got to restrict your rights, America. If we don't restrict your rights, the terrorists could win. At least that's what the New World Order wants you to believe. The truth of the matter is Al-Queda is actually, hear me out here, folks. Al-Queda is actually an organization created by the federal government of the United States of America, along with the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, aka NATO, along with the United Nations. The globalists, the New World Order, created Al-Queda in order to create wars. They want to use terrorism as this fallback, where it can do almost anything for them. It allowed them to create the police state after September 11, 2001. In the 1980s, the terrorist organizations really got their start up against the Soviet Union. We were using terrorist organizations to destroy the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union fell, we continued to use Al-Queda in the Balkans, which is Eastern Europe, to make sure the Soviet Union didn't come back. And then we used, on September 11, 2001, the terrorist organizations to implement the police state worldwide, based off this ideal of fear and terrorism. And now, and today, 89, 99, 24 years after their initial use, and really they were probably used before then under a different name, but 24 years since their open use in the Afghanistan-Soviet Union war, nowadays they're using terrorism as a means to demonize anyone who is not for the New World Order. If you speak out against the New World Order, they're going to label you a terrorist. We're the Liberty Movement. We're against terrorism. But they're going to try and say we're terrorists for wanting people to be free. Again, they've made it so that they can use the term terrorism to define anyone they don't like. That's how the New World Order planned to use it. Now, I bring this up and how it ties into eugenics is because the Muslim Brotherhood, the organization that we helped in Syria, Egypt, and Libya, and really all across the Middle East, they had these uprisings in North Africa against tyrannical dictators. They were really bad guys. I'm not saying that these were good guys that we got rid of, but what we're replacing them with is even worse. We took out these tyrants who were bad guys, not because they were bad guys, but because we wanted to put even worse guys in there. And the guys we're putting in there now are New World Order guys. The guys that ran Syria, Egypt, Libya, and really Saddam Hussein who ran Iraq. Again, I know there's other guys, Assad in Syria, and Mubarak. I forget if he's Egyptian or Libyan. I know he's one of the two, and I forget one of the other guys. But they were all anti-New World Order. They were political leaders who refused to join the New World Order. They refused to do what they were told. And again, when you don't do what the New World Order wants, they get rid of you. They find somebody who will. And that's what the Muslim Brotherhood, aka Al-Queda, has done. And if you notice in Egypt now they're having new revolutions in Egypt just recently against the new guy. Because they're saying, wait a minute. We had a revolution to get rid of the bad guy so we could have a free society. And now we got a guy in there who's making it even more restrictive. He's not giving us freedom or liberty. He's taking even more away. We were better off with the guy we had before. So that's what's happening right now, and again, it's because it's the New World Order. The New World Order helped bring these guys in, and now the New World Order is going to make sure they stay. Now, the reason this ties into eugenics is because what is happening right now in Libya, mainly in Libya, it's probably happening in the other places too, but it's mainly happening in Libya. Let me do a time check before I get into this. I'm just going to rush through it. The main reason I talk about this now, again, this is important information that I probably could have mentioned with the police state videos, but I waited till now to bring it up because I can tie it into the eugenics program, and it's so much more, it hits you real hard. It hits me real hard. I know that. I feel it on my soul. I feel bad. I feel awful to know that this is going on, and it's probably going on right now. To know right now this awful thing is happening upsets me. Greatly upsets me. It's hard to hold back the frustration and the anger that this creates within me. Because, like I said, just like Thomas Jefferson, I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the minds of man. I have sworn to stand up against evil and tyranny no matter what. So to know this is what's going on, and to know that right now I don't have the means to stop it, greatly makes me feel, I'm humbled by it, to know that to see how little power I have, but to know that if we work together, we can have great power as a free humanity, as people. Together we can stand. Divided, we can stand together or we'll hang alone. But let me get into it. They're committing black genocide. Basically, they're killing black people. Muslim Brotherhood, Al-Queda, same thing. In Libya mainly, but also across North Africa and in the Middle East, they're killing black people. And not because the black people are stealing, not because the black people are raping, but because they're black. They're killing black people because they're black in these countries. And we, as the United States, we are not as individuals, but our corrupt government is using our tax money to help do this, to help fund these people that are committing genocide, black genocide, killing black people. And again, this ties directly into the eugenics program, because racially based extermination is something that Margaret Sanger and Adolf Hitler both said was how you do it. You get rid of the groups that you don't like. You get rid of the groups that you don't think you can control. So that's what they're doing. As you're watching this video, they're doing it probably, unless, this is way in the future, and this is like an old archive that you're watching. If you are watching this right now in the year 2012 or 2013 or probably 2014, they're doing this right now. Killing people because they're black. And our government is supporting this. Twilight Zone, I warned you all, we were going into the Twilight Zone really deep here in this segment. There you go. You got it. Our government sponsored the very same people who flew airplanes into our buildings and killed thousands of our people, while at the same time sponsoring these guys to go out and kill other people in other countries. All in the name of the New World Order. All in the name of starting more wars. So thanks for joining us. I hate to end it on such a negative note, but I'm running out of time, so I got to end it. Thanks for tuning in. I want to remind everyone to stay safe, to stay strong, to stay free, and to stay informed. We'll see you in the next segment.